Wowee, it's been a day in the Champions League. We've had a shock loss for Liverpool. We've had a Robert Lewandowski hat-trick for Barcelona. We've had late drama at Atletico Madrid. What a match to go on do for me.
What a match day this was!
Yeah, it was incredible. Let's talk about this. Let's start with Group A then. Napoli at home against Liverpool. A tie that you always knew would be difficult for Liverpool, but I don't think you expected it to be this difficult. Let's take you through the action and the goals from this one. Terry, do you want to start the action for us?
Yeah, the man himself making that run at the beginning. Kvaratskhelia. And I like that he has the awareness to see where Zielinski is, and we know what happened after that. Penalty, the hand of Milner is, in a position that he shouldn't be, and I think it was the right decision.
All right, so let's spin it forward then to the next goal, Clint. Do you want to? Or no, you don't feel like you don't really want
goal.
to? Okay, you want to do that?
No, we can talk about the second one.
He's only been here one night, he's dictating. He's the producer and the director at the same time.
Let me see how this goes. Nah, great pass, great movement off the ball, great finish. Being able to play it near post showed that he was cool, calm, under pressure. But look, it's the movement for me, giving it and getting it back. Great goal.
Man, you're a pro.
You want to do the third one?
No. We're going to have Cara Dona do it.
Yes, OK, the third goal. And this was finally a good night Vienna for Liverpool, I think, on the night. I mean, the defending is shocking. I mean, Trent's walking back. Gomez just had possibly one of the worst half of football he's possibly ever going to have. That's why he had to come off for half-time, but great strength.
Yeah.
And it's thoroughly what Napoli deserved. It should have been 4 or 5 going in at half-time, not just 3.
Mm-hmm. So let's see, the goals kept on coming, so let's take another look. One more.
I mean, I can't wait to really analyse this shortly and get up. I mean, to concede the goals Liverpool did in the first half and then 2 minutes into the second half to concede a goal like that, I mean, we're talking about players who won the Champions League and won the Premier League. It's embarrassing. I mean, this is kid stuff. This is a bit of a joke, really, to see players at this level defending like that.
Liverpool did pull one back, Terry.
Well, they did the typical way of what usually Luis Diaz does, but it's always something out of nowhere. Like, he had another one where he nearly scored again, but, we know that with him. But it was very poor from Liverpool, the performance.
You feel the same too, Clint?
Yeah, I mean, going off what Jane was talking about earlier, there was a team that was known for their intensity and they were outrun by 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
The problem tonight is not that game. Forget this game. For me, the big worry is this almost something that's going to carry on through the season? Is this an end of a cycle? Have Liverpool massively got the transfer ideas in the summer wrong, because this team looks so far off it, and it has been at full pelt for 5 or 6 years under Jurgen Klopp, and 6 games in, or 7 games Liverpool have played, I think, this season, conceded the first goal in 5, not starting games well. So I'm not going to criticise their attitude, because what this team have done, certainly in Europe, in the Premier League, the Barcelona game coming back, so the mentality is fantastic. Is this a massive drop-off physically because of what's happened over the last...
Considered it so serious, the way we need to break down a game. Do we have to send you to the big screen to do it, Jamie? But this one is one of them.
Yeah, but this is something we mentioned before the game, that this is a problem for Liverpool, the high line, they're not actually getting pressure on the ball. And it was interesting, Andy Robertson said then, we weren't compact, we weren't pressing enough. But the thing for me is, right now, Liverpool play a high-risk game, but they're not actually pressing the ball to stop that high-risk game and cause themselves a problem. So if you actually look at Liverpool, now we mentioned before the game, they're not getting pressure on the ball. So you look how high Liverpool's line is. That is not a problem, how high your line is. It's about being compact, being together. But when someone gets time on the ball, as the ball comes to the full-back of Napoli, it comes across, and you see that line. Watch Joe Gomez now. So he's actually got a yard on the striker of Napoli, but he stops. He puts the brakes on. You can't put the brakes on when someone's got time to get the head up. Stop it now, there. So often, we said before the game, that it's too easy to get through Liverpool's midfield. So that didn't happen before, so you can play the high line and be really compact. If that's not happening, you have to adapt. So again, Virgil van Dijk, Gomez, put the brakes on and then the ball goes over the top. Again, a player with time on the ball in midfield. You then chase him back. Don't forget, these two instances, we get the penalty now. One's after 1 minute, that's after 3 minutes. This is unbelievable. Look at the position of Matip. So again, Liverpool's position, that position's wrong. He's not even on the same line as the other players. He needs to be the other side of the attacker. This is 2 minutes into the second half, after we've seen one of the worst first halves defensively under Jurgen Klopp. Watch this. As the ball comes back to the attacker, stop now. There. When that ball comes back and you know a player's going to play a first time, you have to go back. Now, people may criticise me, even Liverpool supporters, because this team is so fantastic. This is what they've done. They've had great success. But all I'm talking about is 5 yards. I'm not talking about the Liverpool team retreating 10, 15, 20 yards back. What I'm saying is, when that ball's there and you know he's going to kick it, you're ready to go. And as he goes to kick it, you go back. If he doesn't kick it, you've only gone 2 yards, and then you get back to your line. If he does kick it, you're off. Matip doesn't run, Van Dijk doesn't run, and they get in again. It's embarrassing. It really is. I said before, it's kids' stuff, and this is the big problem with Liverpool right now. They've built their success on intensity on the ball, which means the opposition can't get the head up to butt the ball over. So your team's always tight, always really compact, at times a risk, but you're getting energy on the ball. That energy's not there now. So that back four has to adapt, and it has to go back 3 or 4 yards. That's all we're talking about. But if they keep playing that, they're going to have a big problem in terms of the Premier League this season and qualifying for the next round of the Champions League, because that is suicide football.
All right, so come join us back at the desk, if you will. Thank you very much. That was cool. I guess let's also at the same time balance this out by giving some love to Napoli, right? And there was a player that you wanted to talk about before the game, and you'd like to talk about him after the game, Thierry.
Yes, Kvaratskhelia. Because you know why. No, it's been magnificent. The run, the awareness. I mean, people will tell you, yeah, okay, what's so difficult about that? Is some people don't see sometimes what's happening on the field, and his head was always up. He should have had a goal there, obviously cleared by Van Dijk, but the pressure there on Gomez. This is what I'm saying. This guy has that little contagious thing that you like. This is why already the Napoli fans are in love with him. He got that ball back. Obviously now that's the second goal. He's involved on the penalty, right? And we all know what happened now. This is what I like. Okay. I see space, I see grass, okay, let me go in there. What about now? Can I beat you to the spot? Yeah, I beat you to the spot. If you touch me, it's a penalty. But it's awareness, strength, and yes, you can be cocky. When you play like that, you can be cocky. Yes, you can sometimes. He delivered against Liverpool, and like I said, it's contagious. He's been there for, a minute? Obviously, I'm going far with that one. But the Napoli fans love him because he plays with his heart, he has skills, but he brings something different.
OK, let's take a look at the group table, how things line up in Group A after those couple of games that we saw today. So one of the games, obviously, that Liverpool-Napoli one, Napoli taking maximum points from that. Ajax also took maximum points from their game against Rangers. 4-0 win for Ajax in that one. So why are you looking at me like that?
No, I wanted to ask something to
I thought you were thinking I'd done
Jamie.
something wrong.
No. I mean, it is because that's vital. I mean, I was on the centre back, but if there is no pressure on the ball, which we all know that's what Liverpool likes to do, when the guy is about to hit the ball, you got to drop. I don't care. He's totally right. What I wanted to say is that if you compare Liverpool to Man City, this is why Man City can stay to the top without getting tired. Is because they defend with the ball, they recover with the ball. And Liverpool don't. It's always 100 miles per hour, whether they're on the ball or not. Do you think they are paying that a bit?
That's what I'm saying. That's my worry in that. Not tonight's game as such. The worry is the bigger picture of Liverpool. Is this almost a team that's getting old and is running out of legs? And they haven't sort of identified that early enough. And this team might struggle to qualify for the top four and be in the Champions League next season. That's the worry. Now, you talk about can Liverpool continually do it? Well, they can if they get fresher, younger players. The problem is they've got a lot of older players. James Milner's playing in Liverpool's midfield at 36. That's happened about 3 or 4 times this season. That's not a criticism of him. That's a criticism of the club.
But
the club should not be in a position where James Milner's playing centre midfield for Liverpool at 36.
But right now, would you take top 4 finish in the Premier League?
Yeah.
But then you also talk about people being tired and you having players who are old, but you showed in the clip there, you have a younger player that's walking. Do you think it's more of a desire thing? What do you think is going on in that situation?
Well, you're talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold in that position, and that has been something that is not we've been noticed this season. The thing with Trent is, I've always said this, that he's